Ghislaine Maxwell is just days away from her first congressional deposition in the Jeffrey Epstein case. This comes as the DOJ continues to release millions of files related to Jeffrey Epstein. Maxwell's attorneys have indicated she will plead the Fifth Amendment against self-incrimination and decline to answer any questions. Investigative reporter Terry Parker joining us now with who else is slated to testify about what they knew about Epstein. Terry?
Ghislaine Maxwell, who is serving a 20-year sentence in Texas, is expected to appear for a closed virtual deposition on Monday morning, but it appears she may say nothing at all. However, she has confirmed that infamous picture of former Prince Andrew with an underage Epstein victim is, in fact, real. The Epstein files contain thousands of redacted videos of what appear to be young girls spending time with the convicted sex abuser. But what is of most interest is possible confirmation of who else was part of Epstein's sex trafficking ring. The latest press for answers into the Epstein mystery coming from the House Oversight Committee. This as the 3 million plus documents just released in the Epstein files are still being examined for clues to Epstein's sex trafficking ring and who was involved. Many pictures and videos show Epstein and Maxwell across the world, and emails between the two and many high-powered and famous friends of Epstein. One email from Epstein to Maxwell in 2015 is the draft for her defense in a lawsuit brought by Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre. In it, Maxwell strenuously denies any wrongdoing or illegal sexual activity. She also confirms that the now famous picture of Giuffre with former Prince Andrew is in fact real, writing, "It was in London when," redacted, but apparently Giuffre, "met a number of friends of mine, including Prince Andrew. A photograph was taken as I imagined she wanted to show it to friends and family." The files reveal emails and pictures of others who traveled and socialized with Epstein and Maxwell, including former President Bill Clinton. The Oversight Committee plans to depose Clinton and his wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, later this month. The pair originally refused until the committee began to move forward with contempt charges. Also, billionaire businessman Les Wexner is expected to appear for a closed-door deposition on February 18th. Wexner, both a client and friend of Epstein, who put Epstein in charge of his entire fortune and gifted him expensive real estate such as his Manhattan townhouse. And it has long been a mystery as to why Wexner, owner of Victoria's Secret and other big companies, gave Epstein power of attorney and paid him so much for his financial consulting. All of this as journalists and others are digging into the more than 3 million documents, pictures, and videos released last week as part of the government's Epstein files. Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.
Terry, thank you.